Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Ian's Adventures once again in the great outdoors. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Enjoy the video. That's sort of funny. It's raining already, so I've got my bag cover on. It's not too bad at the minute. It could be a lot worse. It's a beautiful place, Castleton, so anybody who does this has got something to look forward to. If you check this out, isn't that nice? So we're going to be walking up there and down Cavedale, which is going to be fun. And it don't matter if we go off a beaten track, it don't matter one bit, simply because it don't matter where we end up, we don't know where we're going. Well, we end up putting tent up where we end up, innit? See you in a bit, guys. Okay, into Cavedale. That is Peveril Castle from the back, the square tower. That's the caves. You see, I don't get the option of choosing what days I come. I've got to get here when I can. And this time of year, there's a damn good chance it's going to be windy, rainy, snowing, sleet. Oh well. Right guys, I found a little lull because you're going up there because it tunnels. It tunnels down that valley, so the wind hits you straight in the face. Another thing about that, as you're walking up that hill, it's like a broken cobble path, and when it's wet you can't get a foot you can't get a foot in, yeah? So your feet are slipping all over the place, but there's a bit of a path towards the top where you can sort of off-road and come around the mud path, so to speak, and everything's muddy, because it's always muddy in Derbyshire, alright? Right, so I've come to the top of the hill, and now we're heading up. It continues up, it's going to, isn't it? Now later we're going to look at gradients. Those are lots of little brown lines which give you the height of land above sea level. So we're going to be looking at them, because when you look at this part of the map, and if I remember later I'll show you, there's no point in pulling the map out every 2 minutes, you'll see that those little gradient lines are really close together, and that basically means that the ground is getting steeper, an incline or a decline. It's either going steeper or downhill. But we'll look at that in a bit and I'll show you some. But that's the way we're headed. So once you head up there, Cavedale, we'll come out onto here, Limestone Way, alright? And that's the way we're headed. It's incessant. It's one of them horrible drizzles that just continue on and on and on. I was trying for ages not to put my hood up because I hate having my hood up, but it just won't stop. Right guys, we're putting it over. It's all good. It'll find the person in you. See in a bit. Right guys, everything's wet through. Everything's wet. Right, we've walked up there. Now you see up there, I'll see if I can show you. You see these little brown lines there, these are gradients, alright, and the tighter they are together means you're either going up, steep, or shallow, okay? Now you can see these are tight together, it's a bit of a struggle up there, okay? First of all, I'm alright, but if you're not overly healthy, then you're going to have struggle. And it partens out, and we'll come up here, and then we've come to this gate here, which is just there, so, and it's a turn to the right, so I just figured I'd point this one out now. So the grid reference for that is 14.2, because you've got 14 there, up and 2, okay? 14.2. I wish I could find one of these lines on here because it'd make things a whole lot easier. Bear with me. So where are we? So we're oh, this is a nightmare. 14.2 and 81. Bear with me, I'm not focusing at me, I'm trying to find where I am on here because it's getting a bit complicated. And 41, what I'd say 6. So 41.6. 1, 6. Oops, 6, I put 2. 6. So there you go. So that's your next grid reference, alright? 14. Alright, find it again there. And then 41, because that's your 41 line. Alright, and 6, because that's like 6 at way up. Yeah? So there you go. 142, 416. Now be aware, people, when you're coming up to something like this and you've got a steep hill, that when you put waterproof clothing on, you're going to sweat underneath it. And a lot of people will go for the Gore-Tex because it's breathable and waterproof. Now the situation with that is, it's not as efficient, because this coat I've got on is Gore-Tex, it's not as efficient once you start sweating. Alright, simply because you've got water, the water on the outside of the Gore-Tex will cause it to not be as capable of breathing. So you're liable to sweat in that as well, okay? Wind's blowing on the side of that wall. I can't take camera at it a minute because I've got to stop it to do it. See you in a bit, guys, we'll move onwards. So we're coming up there and then we're turning right. See you in a bit. Right, guys, it might seem bonkers that I've come back to this point. I walked over that stile and I was starting to walk down. And the reason I was doing that was because I wanted to show you the cross section of Peveril Castle from the alternate view and looking down onto Castleton from above, and also up to the left when it's passing everything from that perspective. Not like I've got all the bonnet on. But I noticed a lot of black clouds coming in. I thought we could really do a get back on us move. Now there's lots of youngsters here, obviously from the group or the school somewhere, all walking. That's awesome. That's the stuff I'm talking about. Getting out, getting your kids out on hiking, wild camps, stopping at centres, climbing, and all that wonderful stuff. I don't even know if you can hear me. Right, guys, so we're going back to the last wind respite and continuing straight on up over the hill. Alright, guys, see you in a bit. Right, guys, I've come to this point here. Now where we were is over there, and we've walked back down to this point, and you'll find a road at the top of the track. At the top of Limestone Way, you'll find a road, a crossroad, straight across, bear right. Now where I am now is taking me up here, and that's going to take me to Windy Knoll. And Windy Knoll is at the top and across the road at Winnet's Pass, or Winnet's as some people call it. Okay, there's a small cave in there, I won't go in there, it's a bit dangerous, might show it you. So that's where we're heading now. Try not to make this boring. Look at this beautiful place. It's windy, it's rainy, it's horrible, but it's great. Oh, I've got colour in my cheeks. Oh, awesome. It does. Oh, got some clouds coming in, guys. It could get cloudy, misty, foggy and spooky tonight. So we're going to head off now, up there to Windy Knoll. I'm going to head over Windy Knoll. I've got this in my head. I'm not going to get a good reference for that road back there. I want you to find it yourself. Right, and you go so far up, don't continue over the hill. You turn right. There's a wall on your right, you path. So you continue all the way down here, up to Windy Knoll. We're going up the side towards the bottom, towards the top of Mantor, turning left up, we'll call it Rush Up Edge, and we're going to continue walking all the way around. Alright, it's going to disappear somewhere. Right, guys, I'll catch you on the Windy Knoll. Really funny thing just happened. Now there's lots of things that don't go into the vlog. I do detours. Right, I know we're going over to Windy Knoll. Just stick with that, yeah, for now. I've got a tendency to go on a tangent. I'll see a path and I'll think, oh, that'll go to so-and-so. I ain't been there before. And I've noticed a little tiny village that nobody ever goes to. Good there. It stopped raining at a minute, it's really bizarre. So I'll take a nosy. I'll do a circumnavigation, come back to where I left you off, and I'll just continue again. So there's lots you don't get to see. Now that one were about 3 miles. So when I told you to turn right, don't turn off, just go right. I went on, and I went down to the village, which is down there. Now, over there is Rush Up Edge Hill. I've just seen a guy on a motorbike who does the same thing as me. He jumps on his motorbike, he trogs off on his motorbike, and he just makes it up as he goes along. Brilliant. And he stops at an hotel. So we're heading back over here now to Windy Knoll, and that's where we'll pick up the story. It's a lovely little village, and it's a place they don't like local. They only like the locals, and they don't like people from outside. From what I can tell, there's not much advertising. The village is not on any signposts. A bit like Old Vaisey, but it's all good. So I wouldn't have normally put this in, but I have done. Right, guys, we're up at Windy Knoll. So this is where you've been coming to. We'll get down into it just for a minute. I just wanted to show you that I've got my pointing stick. a turn off down when it's past Castleton. Okay, Moose Hill and Whittle in that distance there. We've got Hollins Cross, we've got Hollins Cross up to Mamtor Mountain itself. Okay, Little Mamtor is down here. With the single down here, and Rushup Edge is up there. So we're going to head up down here into Windy Knoll. It really is called Windy Knoll for a reason. And we're going to get you the bearing there, so you would go from the last bearing to this bearing. Alright guys, we've got nice wind in. Let's make sure it's but there you go. Right guys, we're at Windy Knoll, and Windy Knoll's called Windy Knoll certainly for a reason. Just over that brow of that hill there is very, very windy because it channels all the wind down the valley. We'll get a bit of that now. So this is basically what it is. It's the top of Winnet's Pass. There's a place up here called Winnet's Head Cave. I'll take you over if I get through this sludge. These boots I've got, I've linked ever since I got them. I bought them because they're vegan. Leather or anything on them, but I'll take them. I don't believe. This cave, it's called Winnet's Head Cave, and I don't advise anybody going in it because it's so unsafe. Then about with a boulder choke. That's when roof caves in or floor collapses, and it creates this big bush of rocks and stuff in bottom. And you've got to climb through it. That's a bit of frozen there. So yeah, here we are. So where we're going now, get it on, is up there. We're going to walk up, and we're going to walk up Rushup Edge, and we're going right ball. It's going to be very windy, just like it was when we did the Rushup Edge video. Keep your pecking up, people. You'll be alright. We'll get through it. Top marks. Okay guys, I nearly did it. I nearly forgot to tell you what the grid reference were. So okay, it's Windy Knoll. I can't do all this. It's 12.5. Okay, so it's 12.5 because it's halfway across, and it's exactly on 83. So 830, 125. Here we go. Look, 83. So they're the ones up to now. Castleton Church 1522829. Turn on Limestone Way 142416. And Windy Knoll 125830. Now the next one I'm going to give you, I'm not sure on 100%, but it'll be somewhere interesting. So see you in a bit from Windy Knoll. Right guys, we've come across the top of Rushup Edge. Okay, when it's blah blah, Rushup Edge. Where's it written? It's up at Rushup Edge here, look, because it runs up there and over the top. So we've come across the top of there, and then I headed off down over so I could check out into the valley down here, and you can see there where it's spinning. That's where I was getting blown around somewhat, just there. And I've now sat on my arse just about there. So what I do is I head back over onto the top, follow that back down, and I might head onto that, but that's going to take me down into the valley. I don't really want to go down into the valley, so I'll have to see what happens. I might just wander out over here somewhere, but I mean I might have to, but I'm wanting to head up over here sort of thing, but I'm going to play it by ear. Alright guys, so yeah, that's where I am now. It says losing again over here. Alright, so upward and onward, just thought I'd show you. So this is what we've got at the minute. And believe me, it's wet and it's windy and it's awesome. I just had a battle with my map to try and turn my map around. My map was getting wet. It was flying around like a flag. I don't know. Good fun. See you in a bit, guys. Right, guys, I'm walking around back of Rush Up Edge. I'm back on path again, right? I went off and did one with Little Johns because I wanted to nose the other edge of the hill, into Weedale. And I'm coming down here and I see this. Now, I don't know if you're going to pick up on this, but it totally thrashed me head because I'm walking down, I can see a stream. And then it starts looking as if the stream's going uphill. I found an optical illusion. It's mainly over there. It sort of seems to flatten out there to a point, and then at that bubbly bit there, it picks up. It looks as if it goes up. Well, it's a mess. It looks as if it goes up and then starts going back down again. So it's coming down there, it goes flat for a bit, and then it actually, to me, it looks like it inclines to that point there, and then starts going down again. Is it me? Is it windy? Anyway, what on earth is that about? Fascinating. Well, I love it like that. Brain blagging. Right. Just after the optical illusion, because that wiper keeps steaming up. It's humid in my coat, but it's windy behind. Right, so we've come to I went down to the crossroads. Right, so we've come to a crossroads. I've come down there. That's where optical illusion is, right? And I can continue down there into Nether Neverland, or I can go this way. That'll take me right to Weedale. But according to the map, and I might point it out later. God, I've got a feeling in my nose you get when you get water up your nose at swimming baths. Hang on. What's so far down there is a path and there's a cave. Anybody who don't know what a cave is, it's a pile of stones, and people are saying now, please don't build cairns because people picking stones and trying to pass away. Anyway, so we go down there, we're going to cairn, then there's a little lot, not like that way. And that's going to take me round up towards Kinder. Don't say I'm going to get there. I don't know where I'm going to see. I've been walking for 5 hours. It's been great. It would have been a lot quicker if I wanted it to. I could have just walked straight up this path, straight up all these cross until straight up here, as I did last night. But I wanted to make it a few more distance, so I did something like 5 miles or 6 miles. So I'm going to head off down there. I'm going to find that path and follow it around. Don't let this wind and rain put you off, people. This is a motivational video. Right? You've got to keep one of them on. The most important part of your kit, and people are going to agree with this, the most important pieces of your kit, yeah, is a sense of humour and a smile. And if you can't put a sense of humour and a smile in a rucksack, whether it's snowing, sleeting, burning with sun, you're in trouble. You've got to have a laugh and have. Yeah, it's a bit cold, I'm keeping it going, yeah. And it's been raining a little all day, half an hour, and that wind's got in a bit, right? But I've got something called the nut, yeah. So I get in here, and I'm a bit close, and everything's good, my gear's coming up, so we're sticking back. I've no idea how many miles I've done, you know what, I can't remember all of these days. And it's about 50 miles, I just keep going, walking. But I don't do a direct route, I keep doing on tangents. I walk like I talk. I'll be having a conversation about something specific and I'm talking about something totally different. So, there you go. Upward and onward. Well guys, continue down that path. We've come to this, it's fairly new. If it's a posh for a posh camp. It's a bit exposed up on top here. And I think miles, but this is a sore for sore feet. A sight for sore feet even. Right. You'll be right. round the top of the Edale Road, and then we went on to a major path that brought us straight across. Now, you can't see that, can you? We'll go downhill, so it's to take us dead down. This is the beauty of just wandering about aimlessly. Awesome stuff. I passed by something that looked like in the scout. Can't remember if it is or not. Never mind. Looks like it. Nice big white pedestal. So we're going to walk down now. See where this takes us. Awesome. I ain't looked at my map for a while. I like Nocto. If you look at your map all the time, it gets a bit boring. So I won't tell, if you're just learning about map reading, don't do that. Alright. You've got to make sure you know at least a rough idea of where you're going. So this is Pennine Way, heading back down. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Right guys, I've got to where I wanted to be. Well done. Keep talking. This video's called Out of Wild Camping. I think wild camping is all about your own personal preference and what you want to do. The way I've done it is I've walked the whole way out. What's your best? Right out onto more, okay? And now we're Jacob Ladder. Can you see that? If you can't, it's telling me my battery's low, so I'm going to have to get all the camera. So we're at the top of Jacob's Ladder. Now we're going to walk down. Right guys, this battery's about to die. Stay to me. Skinny downfall down there, very, very pretty. The battery's about to die, and I can't get network here. So I don't want to get on Facebook, talking to Facebook Live. So I want to walk down, so we're going to stop on a campsite. Stop on a campsite, how bizarre. So I'm going to walk down here, walk straight down to the bottom, because as far as I can remember there's a nice campsite at the bottom of the hill. So I'm going to do, I wanted to stop here, I thought it might be haunted, but I've got to do my Facebook Live. So, anyway guys, I did try, so we're going to try downhill. Yeah guys, I'm on this now because my battery's dying on my phone. I've got to go down because from where I am here, I can't get network and I can't get a signal, so I can't phone Lucy till I'm alright. Okay guys? And I might be able to do Facebook Live from down there. So yes, I want to do a full on wild camp up here, but if I can find somewhere way down where I can get network, I still will be doing. But the main thing is to be able to contact home, and I'm sure a lot of you people, especially people who've got partners and stuff, understand that. But I was going to stop here. The thing is I'm losing light now, so it's now what time? 6 o'clock, we've been walking for 7 hours, and when I say walking for 7 hours, I mean walking for 7 hours. I think I've stopped about 4 times to talk to the camera, that's about it really. So it's put up, walk on. Hey, so it's getting interesting now. I've just walked down there from the top and I'm almost at the bottom campsite, and Edale's in front. Edale's just over there, and still can't get no network. Absolutely bonkers. So I'm just going to keep walking. I don't care how far I have to go, I have to just keep walking. Been walking for 7 hours now. 7 hours, and I'll just keep walking till I get network. It's that simple really. There should be some kind of campsite up here. I don't want to camp on a campsite, it's winding me up very bad. But there's nowhere around here where you can camp unless you go back up onto the top of hills, and it's getting dark, you see, that's the issue. There's nowhere really around here you can camp where you won't be seen, and they'll just turn around and say, well, there's a campsite down there, you know, get down there. So I've still got options, and I'm a dogged devil, so Upward and onward, guys. Keep smiling. I've got a smile in my pocket. And it's coming now. Alright, I'll leave you with that. See you in a bit, bye. Right, do you recognise it, guys? Time's got on now. I've literally just got myself onto a, what is it? Campsite down here at Boothby's. Because otherwise I'd have had to walk back up onto hill after about 8 hours, well it was about 7, just over 7 hours walking. I didn't really want to do that, so I've stuck myself on Boothby's. I started wanting to do some campsite stuff anyway, but it started out as a wild camp and went a bit better. It's me, I rant, I not rant, I go on one, don't I, and just start walking off. Well, I do rant and all, yeah, but I just start walking off and going on these different tangents, but it was great fun and I'm glad I've done it. But I'm on a campsite, I'm not going to a pub, so I don't really drink that much, and I wandered up now, but my clothes are wet through. You've got to remember, let's turn you around, hang on a minute. Can you see me? Can you see me? Hang on a minute. Right, yeah, it's, all my clothes are wet through. I can't imagine any clothing keeping somebody dry for like 8 hours in solid rain. It has rained from the point where I got out. It was raining this morning. I think it was raining from last night. We're in for rain for the next few days. So everything's wet through, and I've got my camp, well I will have my camp stove on in the tent, and then I'll have all my clothing laid around and see if I can get it dry by morning. I don't mind putting wet clothes on, it bother me. So it's been fun, I've enjoyed it. It's not going to be called How to Wild Camp anymore. It's officially going to be called How to Almost Wild Camp. I'm my own worst enemy. I go on a tangent and I start marching off. Right, at least we had a bit of back work and we had some fun with it, haven't we? See you in a minute, guys. Off to the tent. Right, guys. Oh, let me sit up a bit. That's better. I'm over exposing myself, aren't I, with the magic light? Let's close this off. That's it. Still about. Anyway, right. So I found the campsite. I stuck the tent up. The lady came up. I paid the lady. Blah de blah. My hair's starting to dry out now. It's been very, very wet. I mean, I was going to say the magic tent, but we don't do the magic thing anymore now, do we? I'm in the tent. It's a Banshee 200. I've had myself a cup of coffee. I've got all my stuff off apart, and I've put this on. I had this like as a spare, and I'm drying out my trousers now, and I'm doing that on that cooker. Okay, right. If you want to see what cooker it is, there's a review on my YouTube channel. So what's the crack now? I'm going to get some food. Now, if I put the food video on, this video is going to go forever. I'm going to have to trim so much out. I don't even dare to think how many miles I've done. I just went on one. You know, sometimes you just go on one, and I did. So we started out at Castleton. We walked right back to Castleton, up the hill, across, all the way around, and then we came to, well, I took a bit of a detour at that point. You can just stream over. And I came to Windy Knoll, near at the top of Winnet's Pass, and I showed you Winnet's Head Cave. And then from there I went up towards just almost at the top of Mamtor, and then I did up over, what is it? Rushup Edge. And then I continued down, and then I broke off down to the right so I could show what the weather was like. It was just windy and really rainy. What the weather was like over there. Then I came back on myself up to the path, and I went so far down, came to a crossroads, and I took the right. Now that path came out onto a stone paving, and I just walked, and it was like walking down Yellow Road. We're off to see Wizard and all that, and it just went on and on and on and on, and then it came to a cross junction. After it came, I want to know what that what is it, that obelisk were. Now I'm thinking it can't be Kinder Scout, because I didn't go that far over. Anyway, I came to that junction. I will be looking, I'll be checking this route out. It'll be done in full, and I'll write it up at the end of this video, so you'll be able to either follow it if you're insane, or you'll just have a good idea where I'm going. So, and I came to the cross junction. You could go left or go right, out onto Kinder, or to right, down into Edale, and I went over down, I think it's Kinder Downfall, walked down so far. I was going to camp at that place, but I couldn't get network, and I needed to phone Lucy. I wanted to do a Facebook Live, but I couldn't. Ironically, I came down into Edale, which is, it's not a short trek. It got me, because I thought I saw Edale, but it weren't. It was just a little bunch of houses, and it sort of gave me a false ending. And I went on and on and on and on, and I turned into Edale, checked a few farms which have campsites, won't let people on. Not till spring. the 20th of March or something like that. Yes, round about then. So I walked up to Boovies campsite up at the top of the hill, and they're lovely, lovely people. They genuinely are nice people. Oh, I don't look good in this light, do I? And I got to the top, and I turned in here and patched my tent up, and it's been lovely since. And I've had to... Now remember, if you're up here, unless you're on Orange network, you're not going to get a signal. So sadly, even though I came off the hill and I could have wild camped, I'm really sad about it. I was genuinely... It's peeved me because I could have stayed up there because that little old building, it could have been haunted. And I wanted to stop there. I'd have stuck my tent up and done what I'm doing now. Anyway, I've come down and it's given me a chance to stop on a campsite for once. I don't really like doing campsites. I don't like the busy ones. You get people and all this business and shouting abuse at each other. I like quieter campsites if I'm going to stop on one. If I want to go somewhere busy, I'll go from a campsite. Boovies campsite's great. It's got loads of latrines. No, it's got lovely toilets. It's got showers. 20 pence for so long, and apparently they're really hot. I don't know, I've never tried them. And I ain't tonight. So I had to walk because I couldn't get no network. See, I went on a tangent again. I do that when I'm walking. I went down and there's a payphone at the end of Boovies farm, and I phoned Lulu up on that just to make sure she knew I was all right and just to make sure she was all right. But I do genuinely apologise to everybody on Facebook that I couldn't do a Facebook Live. And I've got loads of notifications on here. I can't read them. I can't read anything. So if anybody thinks I'm ignorant, well, I might be, but not on this occasion. I just can't get in touch with. I've just noticed that that's all squished in. It's like on a diet or something, isn't it? Like some kind of Z or a T or something like that. Or a J. What a J? J. It's a J. Yay! Anyway, so I'm going to call it my J mug from now on. And I did a wonderful thing because I went down. All my clothes were wet through. I've got changed, and I've gone down. I've left my cup in the toilet. It's got 5 minutes. Has it gone that fast? Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my dinner. No point putting it on too long. And this is what I'm having. Blue Dragon sweet and sour tofu. You've seen me do it before, so it's a waste of time really. Just let me show you the tofu, ladies and gentlemen. There's the tofu. You get loads and loads of different kinds of tofu, but I always go with this one because I burn them all, so it makes no difference. And I've got my rice. Rice. Hello. Right, rice. Oh, okay. I can't find my rice. I don't know what kind of rice it is. Aha! Uncle Ben's Chinese style rice. We've got no biryani this time. It's just standard Uncle Ben's Chinese rice. All right, guys. Well, it might be the last time I see you before. Have to be done. I'm sorry. Time or not. Can you see the dog? Oh, hang on. No, it is like that, isn't it? See, I spend all that time on hills trying to find my sanity and I still failed. See you morning, guys. I've got to put all my wet clothes on it morning. From here, down through Edale, up to Ollie's Cross, over the top, down into Castleton, jump in the car, and I'm quite sure you'll see some bits and bobs of that. See you in a bit. Bye for now. My hair is getting more interesting as the night progresses. Do some really bizarre things. It's looking very 80s, but like a lady's 80s. Anyway, that's not to do. Stuff's drying out now. Starting to dry out. I keep telling myself to put a spare pair of trousers on. I'll turn that off because it's showing me in a bad light. What's that about? Whack, whack, whack. Anyway, normally I just stick a plaster on the blister. I suffer with the same blister. Let me get quickly because I think we've got time. On the boots that I got, my Solomons, I got them because they're vegan. I tried telling you that there up at Rushup Edge. No, it weren't. It were at Windy Knoll. Couldn't hear me. I do apologise for the sound. It's just blowing really, really loud. And no matter what, I don't care if you've got an add-on mic, one of them little hamsters that you stick on it. It ain't going to cut that out, guys. Right, I suffer with a blister from the boots I've got now since I got them, the Gore-Tex, but they're not got any. I can't do it with that hair. It just looks really effeminate in there. There's nothing wrong with that, like. I've lost plot now. I think I've just locked plot generally. The trailer, the boots, they've leaked since I got them. It's supposed to be Gore-Tex, they just leak. I'm not going everywhere that's wet. I mean, really wet. Today, all them hours, everything got wet through. Went through my Gore-Tex jacket and everything. You can't expect it to do that many hours in constant downpour. It might look on the videos if it's not raining much. Have you ever had that like heavy, fine drizzle rain that just goes and goes and goes? And you went through, but like all you can feel is like that sort of heavy sprinkle on you. It's like being on a shower that's been turned on, and that's been blowing at me all day. So yeah, everything got wet through. All the way through my Berghaus jacket, my fleece on the inside is now dry. My t-shirt were drenched. I think a bit of that was sweat. I didn't want to talk about sweat because that's dirty. But and my trousers and all, but I think that was sweat because they were like plasticated trousers. God, I've done it again, Anna. I've totally gone off what I was on about. My boots, I've tried everything. I've sprayed in with everything. The proper Gore-Tex spray stuff. And I've also, it got so bad, I actually waxed them. I put wax on to try and stop it, and it won't stop it. And it always rubs at the back of my foot, so I end up with wet feet, which have got a big blister on the back. God, I went through all that just to get to this. And I've got this, I showed this on my medical kit, the video's on vlog. This, you can see it now. All right, I'm not sure you've seen all this back to front, because let's turn this camera around, whatever. It's called Blister Medic. It's very posh. And in there, I've got all these wonderful things. I've got a nice posh wipe, which cleans my foot. I've got something called blister and burn dressing. That's posh. So I'm going to clean it with that. I'm going to put that on, and then I ain't seen this in ages. I'm sure they still sell it. Moleskin. No, it don't come off real moles. It had better not come off real moles anyway. So I'm going to trim a bit of this up and bang it on my foot. I've got the other plaster thing here somewhere. I probably put it away by accident, I mean. So yeah, I get one of them. Get it. It's very posh. Okay, Blister Medic. Kebem Retsilb, if you're reading it backwards. Right guys, just like to give you that thumbs up about that and my foot and loads of other stuff that I've just so ranted on for nearly 4 minutes. See you in a bit, bye. Good morning guys, it is now just coming up to 5 o'clock in the morning. Now normally I'd stop round to around about 9, but my phone has stopped working. It won't charge. It's totally dead and it won't charge, and I'm getting a bit worried about it because the Galaxy S7 is supposed to be waterproof. You're supposed to be able to drop it in that toilet and everything. And fair enough, it was raining as we were coming over and I had it out in wet, but it shouldn't have done that. It's basically, I think it's got a membrane inside which stops it from leaking. I've had about 5 hours sleep, which is fine for me. So I'm packing down now and I'm going to walk from here. So I've sorted my foot out, my trousers just about dry. So I'm going to stick my waterproofs on. I'm leaving my main Berghaus jacket off because that's drenched. And I'm going to put my fleece on, and then put my waterproof jacket on top of it with my gloves and that, because I know for a fact I'm going to get warm, because I'm going to be walking up the road at the back of, what is it, when it's past, you know, up onto top of Mam Tor from Edale. I'm walking up the road, there's some roadworks at the minute, but the reason I'm not walking up the front of the hill is because, first of all, I'll be using a torch, a little bit dodgy maybe. I don't mind doing night walks, but my knee, on my right hand side of my right knee, it seizes up when I've been working it a lot and it's cold. So I know for a fact that that's going to start giving me some jib, especially down the other side. It's mainly the downhills that get me. So I'm going to do some more rehab on that. I do this all the time. It happens all the time to me. So I'm going to get up, I'm going to pack everything away, I'm going to take my tent down, get that all banged in my rucksack, and then we can sort of bunch off, can't we, people? And that's all going to be top marks and good. So keep smiling, it's not stupidly early. Alright, coming up to 5 in the morning, sometimes I have to get up at that time anyway. And then I reckon it's going to take me, I don't know, hour and a half, something like that, to get back to the car in Castleton, and then make my way home. And I'll be doing my video, my final video, I think, when I get into Castleton, if I can find a bit of light. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Right guys, we didn't do a spooky thing, hang on. Right. We didn't do a spooky thing, did we? Nah, Edale has been out to be haunted. It's got its good old fashioned tales. and sorry, how you do? That's what I can see now. Edale's supposed to be haunted, and it's got its tails. It's supposed to be a werewolf, which is seen here, but some people say it was a landowner killing sheep many years ago. There's supposed to be a hag at the bottom of the road. The churchyard is supposed to be haunted, which I'm passing by now, and blah blah. And if anybody's into paranormal, they'll know that between 3 and 5 is the most paranormally active time. And it's that time now, so interesting. I used to run ghost tours up here. It's an awesome place. There's no point trying to show you anything because GoPro Hero 4 sessions are renowned for being not much good in low light. Anyway, upward and onward, walking down through Edale now to the bottom of the road, then I'm off up the road that goes up to the top, well, almost the top of Mount Hall, then it's all the way around and down when it's past. See you in a bit. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that. Hang on, wind. An adventure's what you make it, okay? Well, thank you very much for watching this adventure. They are adventures. I never know where I'm going. I'll just pick a direction and walk in it, and I can end up in opposite direction eventually, which I've done this time. I love the Peak District. I hope you'll take note of this, especially the younger end.